Hello, welcome to Sephra's Pop Culture World. My name is Sephra, and this is my world. And hey, did you watch 90 Day Fiance the other way last night? Whoa, boy, hang on to your hats. It never disappoints. Well, it's funny. Because I've just started this channel, so this is only my second video babbling on about 90 Day Fiance and all its spin-offs. And apparently, there have been five spin-offs for 90 Day Fiance, which is equivalent to 17 seasons of TV. No wonder I'm tired. Anyway, so last night, uh, was 90 Day Fiancé the other way, and that's where Americans, it's always Americans, even though apparently one of the ladies, Rebecca in the other show, is apparently Canadian, I think. I've heard some kind of rumor like that. Anyways, so last night it was 90 Day Fiancé the other way, and let's start off with Jehoon and Devon, with the daughter Drusilla that she named after one of Cinderella's ugly stepsisters. I don't know. Yeah. Now, I will say with the 90 Day Fiance things, I am in several Facebook groups, so sometimes I'll read things about what the couples are doing now and if they're together or not. But I'm going to, in these videos, just address what we see on TV, and I'm not going to give spoilers as to what happens in real life or where they are now. I may have given a couple spoilers in the first video I ever did on this that I recorded yesterday, but moving forward, I'm not going to talk about anything outside of what we actually see on the TV. So Jehoon and Divin, I quite like them. I think I really like Jehoon. He's quirky and cute and fun and really clueless because he's so young. He's just a young man. And Devin, she's beautiful and I like her style. However, it's a shame that they had to not use protected sex when they first met because then she got knocked up right away, right? She got knocked, they were together a couple weeks and they had just met and then she got pregnant. And then, so of course, this is completely life changing for both of them. So, in last night's episode, the baby has already been born and Jehoon couldn't afford to come and see the baby because he had booked his ticket at a different time to come in. So, he saw the baby after it was born, but he couldn't be there for the birth because he's what, like 22 or something, this is the thing. Like Devon, however you say her name, beautiful girl. She's not much older. She's in her 20. They're both very, very, very young, and she has expectations of him, like he's a 40-year-old man. He was clean with her, saying he quit his job, which was probably working at McDonald's, some equivalent, and overseas. And now she, in last night's episode, she's going over and she's making her life there forever. Somehow, she thinks. Now, why she would do this, I don't know. Go to a country she's only been to. I think she's been there once before. And so she brought the baby. She left the older girl at home. And then she gets there, and Jehoon's like, well, you know what? We have to live with my parents because I got nothing. And she's not pleased or impressed. And hey, you know what? I live in Toronto. I'm not surprised. I think it's expensive there too. And how you expect a young man who just quit his job to suddenly have a good paying job, a decent apartment, and, moved out from his parents in like a month. So it's not gonna happen. You have high expectations, lady. So it'll be interesting to see how that progresses. I do really like them, but they're very naive, but they're very gentle with each other. But she does expect a hell of a lot from him. But on the other hand, he's a bit clueless, like the whole car seat fiasco last night, um, where she apparently had told him all along she had a car seat and he was late picking her up from the airport because he was screwing around with trying to get a car seat, didn't get a car seat, but went back for the car seat. And then she had one all along. She's like, I told you. And meanwhile, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine taking a newborn baby on a like 24-hour plane flight. I cannot. Oh my God, that must have been absolutely hell. And she looked like it had been hell, and I'm sure it was hell for her and for everyone around her. Yeah, so good on you. Good luck to them. A couple I hate, Tiffany and Ronald. This I don't know. There's something about this couple that is really wrong. In the sense, like I sort of feel like it's a setup couple. Like I'm not sure if she's really that much of an idiot. And yeah, I'm gonna speak unkindly about everyone on this show. That's why I watch it. Yeah, because it makes me feel better about my own shitty decisions. You know? Because I've made some horrible decisions in my romantic life, so now I can laugh at other people making their crappy decisions and feel so much superior as I sit here alone in my apartment. So yeah, Tiffany and Ronald. Oh my God. So she's moved to South Africa to be with this dude who's a very nice looking guy, but oh my God, he has anger issues, lady. He has anger issues. Get the hell out while you can. um, while they were dating before they even met, she helped him through his gambling addiction and rehab and all this shit for a couple of years. And it's like, why? You don't even know him. You hadn't even met in real life. Why are you so involved in all his problems? But of course, this is classic, and this is where we, all of us ladies or men who are like this, um, we all need to take a page from this book as we watch this train wreck unfold. There are many people in this world. We all say women, but there are men that are like this too who get shit on. We see that in that other couple. Um, Women want to fix things. Some people want to fix other people. They're compassionate, caring, empathetic people. And it's like, oh, if only I love him enough. Oh, if I only hold his hand while he's going through all his issues and problems. I can help him achieve his full potential. Then he won't be angry anymore. Then he won't gamble anymore. Then he won't drink anymore. Whatever the situation is. And I think with this dude, it's all of them. Oh, he won't cheat on me anymore. If only I love him harder. If only I love him more. And this is, I feel like, what Tiffany's going through, unfortunately. She hasn't been through enough hell in her life yet to understand that some people cannot be fixed, and also that we can't fix other people. They have to fix themselves. And you can be there by their side and be supportive and all that, but at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do. And this poor lady, I really feel like she's wasting her time because, as we saw last night, this man has a very bad temper. He's very controlling, which is how come he went through all those rehabs and stuff, right? Because that's the kind of personality type, right? And of course, she just wants things to be picture perfect. She wants like a real marriage with children and a real life and a real home. And of course, he can't come to the States because of all his arrests and lies and con artistry. And he is a con artist. And this is going to have a horrible end. And now she's pregnant with his child because they got married super fast, like the day after he got out of rehab or something ridiculous. And even though he lied to her and had strippers at his bachelor party and got drunk and all that, she still forgave him and married him the next day. Which, red flag, been there, done that. Yeah, I've seen it all over the place. And now she's pregnant and she's going to be tied to this man forever. And it's not going to be good. So I feel sorry for her. And yeah, the last night was a whole lot of fighting about a whole lot of stuff. And it doesn't bode well from them. Whether or not it's cut and edited for TV to make him look like the bad guy and all that, it doesn't really matter because there had to be footage to cut. And just as someone who's read tarot for thousands of people and, just living my life, I can see that he's one of these guys that he's never going to be faithful. He's sorry, I'm dissing you in real life, but I can see this, that they're not a good match. Now, Karini and Paul, they make that, I'm not wasting time on them today. They just make my head hurt. Paul just makes my head hurt. Both of them, moving on. She's going into labor. Well, Yeah, she didn't have the baby yet last night. She's went into labor and refuses to see Paul because he's an idiot, and he is. Now we got Laura and Aladdin. I hate how she says Aladdin. I always feel like she wants to say Aladdin, but then doesn't. So it's Aladdin. Um, Laura, do something with your hair. Oh my God. Like, what? Laura and Angela. Angela's on a different episode and stuff, but like, why do they have the bleachy, frizzy, just dried out, looks like a friggin' scarecrow hair? Like, if you have enough money to travel to foreign countries, like, can you buy some conditioner or, or do something with your hair? She looks like an old grandma, this Laura, because of her hair. Like her, and I know she's in a hot country and it's dry and it's destroying her hair, but that wasn't a flattering hairstyle to begin with, even in your own country when you had conditioner on. It's a terrible hair. You just look old and tired and ragged and suitable for a hot young trainer. Like, like Aladdin is a very handsome man, and she embarrassed him on national television. And when he watches this show, he's gonna be pissed because not last night, but a few episodes in a row, she's going on about how he's not good in bed, and she bought all these sex toys and brought them over. Then she tried to show him a vibrator, and he got angry, and so they threw it out. And but there's a way to catch flies with honey, and she probably should have presented the toys while they were in an intimate moment and say, "Hey, what'd be fun? Let's break out this thing." And but I guess because they are on live TV, the producers probably wanted her to show him it out of context, and so he got freaked out. And why not? He's like a 25-year-old man, and he's handsome, and I did read somewhere, well, it's some of these Facebook threads, they're saying that he's probably not very good in bed because he doesn't like her. He's just trying to get it over with because she calls him like the 2 minute man or whatever. So, yeah, he's probably just holding his breath and bearing with it and getting it over with. And God knows, I think we've all been in those situations where we've been the person's trying to get it over with, or we're with someone, we're like, what am I doing? Yeah. But yeah, I've certainly had that feeling from people in my life where once we're in the bedroom, they sort of aren't into the program there for whatever reasons. Yeah, so, but on top of that, like, it seems to me, like, because he's made cracks and there has been discussion about him taking more wives. So as I was joking with a friend yesterday on the phone, I was saying, yeah, like he has his American wife, so he's got his green card stash, and then he'll go on and take a wife he actually thinks is hot and will, actually enjoy sex with. And he'll have a couple of wives that can actually give him children because she can't give him children. She's like my age. Actually, I think she's in her 40s, and I think I look better than her, but anyways, poor Laura. She's trying and she got homesick and all that, but yeah, that's an odd relationship. It's very odd, and he has control issues too, and she needs to. She did not look good in any of those wedding dresses, I must say. None of them looked good. I'm not sure why he said she looked good. And, my body type is about like hers. And I know there are ways you can look good as a larger woman. They should have had some dresses that didn't that gave her a better shape. And I know you're not supposed to like form fit or have really good shapes in those countries, but certainly what they picked last night was yuck. I don't know. But Aladdin said it was beautiful and she looked sexy and gorgeous, but he's lying through his teeth. He's lying. He's a big liar. He wants his green card, man. I can't see any other reason why he's with that woman. She's a wonderful woman. I like Laura a lot, and I wish Laura would find a nice American man in her city. So, but I guess, part of the attraction is the exoticness of these other countries, and Aladdin is a hot guy, and I guess if I had a guy that hot interested in me, I would probably move to another country too. Which brings us to Jenny and Sumit. Now, I like Jenny and Sumit. I do. I like Jenny a lot, and I like Sumit a lot. And they seem oddly matched, like in a good way. And Jenny is 60 and Sumit is 27 or something, about the age of my youngest son. And I'm about Jenny's age. And I'm not as old as Jenny, but um, I do feel like they have a nice thing happening. But like when they first were presenting their story back when this particular season of this version of the show with these people started, he did catfish her. He lied about who he was. He had sent pictures that weren't him, and he it turned out he was this chubby little dude in a call center. But she met him anyways, and they really seem to get along on some level. They have some kind of understanding. I don't really know what they have in common. Just like most of these couples, I'm really not sure what any of these people have in common. It's not like, they're both guitar players, or they both, let's make a movie, or, we're both math nerds, or hey, we like Star Wars. That one thing with, like, at least this season of all the spin-offs, it's not clear what brings these any of these couples together except lust or the hope of going to someplace exotic, whether it's an American going overseas, like to Morocco with Nicole and Azen, or uh, other people coming over to America, which is exotic to them. Paula and Paul. God, she makes me nuts, that woman. Anyway, so Jenny and Sumit, so they're having their difficulties because Sumit seems really sweet. He seems like he really wants to, um, please Jenny, and yet he has all these secrets and lies. So last night's episode, everyone had secret and lies that we're all waiting to hear about for next week, right? Um, Sumit has been leaving Jenny alone in the apartment because he went back home and lived with his parents because he's worried about his parents finding out that he and Jenny are going to get married, and now he's trying to placate her with some kind of ring ceremony. And Jenny's daughter and wife have come to visit her, and they'll probably be there for this ceremony. And then Sumit is like, well, no one's from my family's going to be there because they can't know that this is happening. And then it seems like just something to make Jenny happy, and I'm not sure what that motive is all about. And so now I'm really suspicious about what's going on at Sumit's house. We know something's going on. We know there's secrets because you could tell he's not being forthcoming with Jenny. You can read his body language really well. And I think he's either already married, or his parents have arranged a marriage and they've been him up with someone, because don't forget they did meet Jenny earlier, so they're probably hurrying up to try and distract him with marrying someone else so he'll forget about that old lady in the States because they don't know she's over. Um, so yeah, we'll find out next week what his big secret is. Everyone's got a friggin' secret. Um, it seemed like every couple last night left kind of a hanging thing about, there's something I have to tell you. Oh, and then there's that other dude. I forgot to write him down. Timothy and that nasty bitch. Um, is Timothy the guy with the manicured eyebrows and the faux hawk, and he's actually kind of cute, but he's a metrosexual or whatever. He polishes his nails and stuff, and that's fine when you're in the States, and a lot of women love that. They love a man who takes care of himself. But in the country he went to with the woman he's with, she called him a pussy, because she wants a man who gets his hands dirty. He's he's kind of caught in a weird place because he's still really good friends with his ex-wife, which I think is fantastic. Actually, he never married that woman. But they have a child together and they co-parent and they're in each other's faces all the time. And I think that's great. And I think it is totally possible to co-parent and not have a sexual relationship with that parent anymore. I think it's completely possible to be really good friends with your ex. I really do. I really do. And I really admire that about him and his ex and how they're, uh, taking care of the child. Yet now he has a secret. So I hope it's not that he's been sleeping with his ex because I've been rooting for him that he hasn't been and that they just have a nice relationship. But anyway, so this new woman's incredibly jealous of the mother of his child. And yet she has a child too, which they don't use the car seat properly for it. Not last night, but the week before. If you notice, the child in the child seat, it's not buckled up. It was making me crazy as a mom. I'm like, well, buckle the fucking, I'm sorry, buckle that seat, man. Buckle the seat. Like, just buckle it. Put the little straps on and buckle it. The kid's like playing and kicking and all that. And then also, too, to show you how this is so scripted and they do take after take after take, if you notice, when they're in the car driving around, not last night, but the week before, sometimes the kid's in the car seat and sometimes she's not. So they'll be like supposedly in the middle of a conversation in a moving car and the kid's there, then it's not, then he's there, then she's there, and then she's not. And so that was pretty hilarious. But yeah, so this guy has some kind of secret where the woman's gonna pour a drink over his face next week, so it'll be interesting to see what he's got to say that we don't already know about him. Um, I think he should be looking in his own country. I think he would do very well. Now that he's been on the show, I'm sure he'll get lots of calls. I think he's a real hottie. I think he's really cute, and I like how he takes care of his child. Oh yeah, and so what I was going to say is that she wants him to just kind of jump her and be all passionate and throw her to the bed and have his way with her. And he's so scared because she gets angry at him so quickly and he's not used to that because you could see his the mother of his child's pretty mellow girl. um and then he thinks she's so hot that he's afraid to make a move because she's so hot. In his mind, I think she looks like a nasty bitch myself, but and yeah, of course she's beautiful. But so he's afraid to make a move, so already he's losing points in her eyes because he's not making a move. He's putting like eye gel coolant on their eyes instead of like just having his way with her, and she's like, why doesn't he kiss me? Why doesn't he? I am used to the Latin men who throw me down. And it's like, yeah, man, I'd like to be thrown down too. You've been talking on the phone or on the internet for a year or two or however long it's been. Like, you think all that passion would be boiling. But as we see in his little interviews, he's totally enamored of her and totally wants to throw her on the bed, but he's afraid of making the wrong move and being misinterpreted because when she picked him up from the airport, she was so angry at him, and now he's like all stressed out about everything, right? So yeah, lady, you did it to yourself by being a bitch. Not everyone gets turned on when you're bitching at them. I know it's a way of life for some people, but not for them. So yeah, so we're kind of, I think it's the third or fourth episode in for this next round of seasons. And it'll be interesting to see where things go. What do you think is going on? What are all these secrets everyone's having? Who's confessing what and why? And leave your, thoughts in these comments below. I'm dying to talk about 90 Day Fiance with people. I've been dying for years, and now I'm finally created this channel so I can just rant about it. And like I said, there's some people I really like, some people I'm like, what's happening? People I'm rooting for, people I just, this you can see the train smashing, going to the wall, ready for that train wreck, right? All right, so yeah, leave your thoughts, comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like and hit the bell for notifications if you want to know when I post next. All right, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.